Somalia's sea treasures. Who truly benefits from its fish and mineral wealth? Welcome to Somalia's Hidden Power, where we dive deep into the untold stories shaping Somalia's past, present, and future. Today, we explore a question that touches the heart of Somalia's economic future and national sovereignty. Who truly benefits from Somalia's incredible sea treasures, its rich fisheries, and untapped offshore mineral wealth? From illegal fishing and foreign exploitation to the promise of blue economy transformation, we uncover the hidden dynamics behind one of the most resource-rich coastlines in Africa. Let's dive into the waters of truth. The riches beneath Somali waters. Somalia's coastline stretches over 300 kilometers, making it the longest in mainland Africa. This isn't just a long coastline, it's a strategic marine zone full of treasures. The Somali Sea, part of the Western Indian Ocean, holds some of the richest fishing grounds in the world. Species like yellowfin tuna, swordfish, snapper, lobster, and shark are found in abundance. These fish are not just vital for food, they are worth millions of dollars on global markets. But there's more beneath the waves. Geological surveys have revealed that the Somali continental shelf and seabed are likely to contain oil, gas, rare earth minerals, and marine phosphates. Multinational companies have taken notice. Yet, despite this enormous natural wealth, Somalia remains one of the poorest nations in terms of GDP per capita. So, what's going wrong? The tragedy of illegal fishing. Somalia's waters have become a free-for-all for illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, often abbreviated as IUU fishing. Foreign fishing fleets from countries such as Iran, Yemen, China, South Korea, Egypt, and even European nations have been spotted fishing Somali waters without proper licensing or oversight. They use industrial-sized trawlers that damage the marine ecosystem and leave nothing for the local fishermen. Somali coastal communities, who once thrived on artisanal fishing, are being pushed to the margins. Fishermen in Puntland, Galmudug, Jubaland, and Banadir have repeatedly raised concerns about foreign vessels crowding their waters and scooping up everything in sight. Some reports estimate that over 500 million worth of fish and more is stolen from Somali waters every year. Imagine what that kind of money could do if reinvested into Somalia's infrastructure, education, or marine conservation. Oil, gas, and underwater minerals. In recent years, companies like Coastline Exploration and Shell, ExxonMobil, have signed agreements with Somali federal authorities to explore for offshore oil and gas reserves. These deals raise major questions. Who signed them? Who profits? And are local communities or even regional states consulted? While the Somali federal government stands to gain royalties and licensing fees, critics argue that the transparency is lacking and corruption is rampant. Moreover, there's tension between the federal government and federal member states like Puntland and Jubaland, both of which claim rights to negotiate their own offshore deals. This internal dispute complicates development and creates legal confusion, making it easier for foreign companies to exploit the situation. There's also the matter of marine phosphates, a key ingredient in global fertilizers. Countries like Morocco and China have turned to marine phosphate mining to meet agricultural demand. If properly managed, Somalia could become a global exporter. But again, who benefits? The global power struggle over Somali waters. Let's not forget geopolitics. Somalia sits on one of the most strategic maritime routes in the world, linking the Red Sea, Suez Canal, Gulf of Aden, and Indian Ocean. The US, China, Turkey, the UAE, and even Russia have shown interest in Somalia's maritime zones. But why? Control over Somali waters isn't just about fish, it's about naval access, undersea pipelines, and global trade influence. With sea lanes carrying billions of dollars in goods, any power that controls Somali waters wields significant regional power. The problem? Somalia currently lacks the naval strength to defend or even monitor its own waters. Foreign navies patrol, monitor piracy, and escort commercial ships, but they also guard interests that don't always align with Somalia's future. What Somalia is losing? So, what does Somalia really lose from this unchecked exploitation? Economic opportunity. Millions in revenue lost yearly from unlicensed fishing. Food security. Local fish supplies diminish, making Somalia more dependent on imports. Environmental degradation. Trawling and overfishing damage coral reefs and marine life. Political instability. Resource disputes deepen tensions between federal and state governments. This wealth could fund schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. It could employ thousands of young Somalis and reduce migration pressure. But instead, it's often siphoned off by foreign actors and corrupt networks. Can Somalia turn the tide? Yes, but it won't be easy. To benefit from its sea treasures, Somalia must first build strong maritime institutions. It needs to invest in coast guards, satellite surveillance, marine courts, and transparent licensing systems. Public-private partnerships can help develop sustainable fishing industries that keep profits in Somali hands. Local cooperatives must be supported with boats, cold storage, training, and market access. On the legal front, Somalia should strengthen its exclusive economic zone (EEZ) rights and enforce them under international law. It can also partner with the African Union and global watchdogs to expose and penalize illegal fishing fleets. The danger of resource curse. In many African countries, oil has brought not prosperity, but conflict, corruption, and environmental disaster. Will Somalia follow the same path or learn from others and build a transparent, inclusive framework for managing its minerals? If history is any guide, oil wealth in weak states can do more harm than good. Somalia must tread carefully, learning from models like Norway's sovereign wealth fund or Ghana's public contract disclosure laws. The struggle for equity. Local communities want jobs, clean water, and development, not pollution or exclusion. Somali civil society groups have called for publicly accessible contracts, environmental safeguards, local reinvestment. International involvement. Foreign powers like Turkey, the US, and Gulf nations are increasingly present in Somalia, offering naval protection, investment, and development aid. But critics worry about growing dependency and neo-colonial patterns. Will Somalia own its destiny or rent it out? Transparency and hope from global examples. Countries like Ghana, Norway, and Indonesia have created sovereign wealth funds and citizen oversight boards for oil revenue. Could Somalia do the same? Only with strong institutions, inclusive governance, and political will. Ghana, with publicly accessible oil contracts. Norway, with a sovereign wealth fund that benefits every citizen. Indonesia, with successful small-scale fishing cooperatives. These models show how Somalia could manage its sea wealth for the benefit of all. Vision for a future of Somalia's blue economy. Somalia's blue economy has the potential to become a pillar of national development. If managed wisely, the ocean could feed the country, employ its youth, fuel its industries, and unite its fractured politics. Imagine a Somalia with world-class fish processing hubs in Mogadishu and Bosaso, a thriving maritime university in Kismayo, environmentally protected marine zones, and full control of its oil and gas reserves. This is not a dream. It's a plan waiting to be implemented. A sustainable maritime future is possible. It begins with protecting Somalia's waters with Coast Guard investments and satellite monitoring, empowering Somali fishers with modern gear, access to credit, and cooperative business models, ensuring oil and gas exploration is safe, transparent, and environmentally sound, building up port infrastructure and regional trade routes, educating the next generation in ocean science, marine law, and resource governance. This is not just about fish and oil, it's about sovereignty, equity, and national dignity. In summary, Somalia's sea is rich, but who benefits depends on policy, leadership, and people's power. It's time to take back control, not just of the water, but of the future. Who truly benefits from Somalia's sea treasures? Somalia's vast coastline holds immense potential, not just in its fish stocks and mineral wealth, but in its ability to transform the nation's economic future. Yet, despite this natural abundance, the true beneficiaries today are often not the Somali people. Foreign fishing fleets, offshore oil and gas companies, and global geopolitical players continue to extract value from Somali waters, sometimes with permission, often without. While many coastal communities remain poor and underdeveloped, the core of the issue lies in weak governance, lack of maritime enforcement, internal political fragmentation, and global exploitation. Without strong institutions and a unified national strategy, Somalia risks losing billions of dollars in potential revenue and the opportunity to build a sustainable, locally driven blue economy. But the tide can turn. By investing in maritime infrastructure, enforcing territorial rights, empowering local fishermen, and renegotiating unfair resource deals, Somalia can reclaim ownership of its sea treasures. Ultimately, the question is no longer just who benefits today, but who will benefit tomorrow. If managed wisely, the answer can and should be the Somali people. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's shine more light on Somalia's hidden power together.